everyone, Boes here, and hit 5K. It's absolutely insane. I talked about a little bit, well, like a week ago, that I would do a Q&A type video whenever I would hit 5K subs on YouTube, and we hit it yesterday. It's absolutely insane. Before we jump into the Q&A, the first thing I just want to say is just thank you to everyone. Thanks everyone for subbing. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for supporting me. It's kind of insane. I hit 1K about a month ago, almost exactly. I think it was on the 18th of January. And to think that since then I've gained 4,000 extra subs is kind of, I don't know, mind-blowing. The fact that 1,000 people want to watch my YouTube content, let alone 5 times that many, is just like, I don't know, kind of blows me away. I'm really proud of the content that I create, but it's still a little surreal to think that 5,000 people want to watch that. So with that being said, I can't thank everybody enough. Just very grateful that people are wanting to watch the content and allowing me to be in a position of creating content as a full-time job at this time. So yeah, once again, thank you guys so much. It's going to be crazy to see what happens in the next couple months here. I don't know. It's going to be crazy. But thank you guys so much. So, I mean, with that being said, I got a lot. I wasn't expecting this many questions. I got a lot of questions for my Q&A. And I selected quite a few of them. There was literally 50 plus questions, and I selected some and I combined some of them together because they were roughly the same question. Let's go through them. There's quite a bit of them here. So I also took some of them from my YouTube, some of them from my Twitch chat. Sorry, some from my Discord. Yeah, I took some from my Discord. I took some from my, God, how do I word? Even in my YouTube videos, I can't words good. I took some questions from my Discord. I took some from my YouTube channel. And let's just go ahead and with it. So the first one comes from Zondigskind. This is a Discord question. They asked was, what is my favorite travel destination, either overall or just from Civilization's natural and built wonders? And then they went on to add, if it's Yosemite, then the second favorite. I mean, they already know me too well, and as you can tell from behind me, Yosemite is my favorite national park in the United States. I'm from California, so it is a little biased because of Yosemite. I mean, if you haven't watched it, go watch my Teddy cosplay video. It's basically, here, I'll put a clip of it right here.
In order to succeed, but in our hearts, we the people cannot turn back. This is our end, our birth.
The Yosemite video is just like, Yosemite National Park is just something else. And also, like I said, because I'm from California, this is a little basic, but Disneyland. I'm a huge Disney fan. I love Disneyland. For the longest time, Disneyland was my favorite place to be in the world, just because for me, it was a place where, I mean, you can argue there's the whole capitalist side of it, Disneyland, money, blah, blah, blah. But for me, it was a place where I could go and not have to worry about things in the world. And I know that's really escapist. I suffer from a lot of mental health stuff. So for me, going to a place like Disneyland where I knew it was just pure unadulterated joy for myself, for me, it's like the stereotypical happiest place on earth, but it actually is. So Disneyland is probably my favorite place to go to. This next question comes from Moisauce, which is Moisauce is 1/3 of the Civ Show. Go check them out. Civ Show is another great Civilization 6 content creator. Moy asks, what is the biggest lesson I've learned since I've started making content? There's quite a few of them, but the biggest one is that taking a break is okay.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I think that needs to be said more often than not. There is an insane amount of pressure if you're trying to become a content creator and you are a content creator, taking a break is almost like a no-no, right? You are under immense pressure to constantly perform. You need to put out video after video after video after video. If you miss something, it's seen as detrimental. I've struggled with this a lot, where a good example is the game Humankind. The first open dev that came out, I streamed it, and then I recorded a bunch of content that I was planned on releasing, and I never did. And I, like every other content creator, released stuff, and they, you know, obviously their videos, their views, everything went up because of that, and I didn't. And I felt like I was like, oh, what am I doing? I'm an idiot. Why am I not doing this? And what happens is you get into this loop of, oh, I'm an idiot. Like, I can't believe I didn't put that out. Well, there's no point in putting it out now. So I'm not going to work on it. And then you look at it again, you're like, oh, why didn't I do that? I'm such an idiot. And then you get into this point where you almost don't want to work on it because you're so anxious about trying to create content. It causes you to burn out really easily from those things. I mean, I've had this happen already twice. One time I burnt out really hard from making YouTube content, and you'll see that there's a gap in my YouTube content for about 6 months because I was churning video after video every day, and the content's not great. You can tell. And then I took a break, reevaluated what I wanted to do, and now we're where we're at. Taking a break is okay. The people that enjoy your content will be there. You're not gonna, like, you know, if you need to do it, your mental health, your physical health is way more important than the content that you're creating, even if it's your job. So take a break is okay. The second real quick one is take what people say with a grain of salt. I'm lucky to be old enough to have been on the internet for a very long time, and I've moderated for forums and stuff like that, but you're gonna get, it doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter how nice of a person you are, you're gonna get people who just want to shit on your content all day long. And so you're gonna get, especially when you start uploading to YouTube, people are gonna say stuff that just don't make sense. You're like, why are you saying that? All you have to do is not comment. So unfortunately, you just have to take what people say with a grain of salt. So, but yeah, taking a break, biggest lesson to learn. This one comes from YouTube. This is from a CDA Boom, asking, do I plan on covering any other strategy or any other game categories? They specifically stated real-time strategy titles. I'm probably not going to be doing any new RTS. I probably won't be doing any RTSs. If anything, if the company Frost Giant, which is the bunch of ex-Blizzard employees, went over to Frost Giant and are creating an RTS, if they create one, then yeah, I might do it. But my YouTube channel, I do plan on covering other strategy games. Humankind is going to be a main staple after Civ 6. So this year, Humankind, I'm going to be pumping out a lot of Humankind content. I really enjoyed that game. That game was a lot of fun. So Humankind will be definitely covered. I also want to cover other games. My plan isn't to stick with Civ 6. I really enjoy Civ 6, and it'll be my main game for a while, but I want to get into other variety games. I really want to stream games or play games like City Skylines, Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Parkitect. Those games are some of my favorite games of all time, and they're just games that I love playing. So I want to do those. So those will be on my channel as time goes on. The main reason why I haven't diversified out of Civ 6 is that everybody watches me for Civ 6 right now. And also, I am attempting to get partner on Twitch, and it is really hard to get partner because you have to hit an average of viewers among some other metrics, but the 75 viewer average is really hard when you're switching games, and like 99% of people watch you play Civ. So if they only want to watch you play Civ and you have, like, 150 people watching you play Civ, and then you want to play City Skylines and 27 people want to watch you play City Skylines on Twitch, it messes up your viewership numbers a lot. So once that happens, and I can afford to play other games on Twitch, I will, and those new games will be uploaded onto YouTube. So yeah, that answers that question, hopefully. Another YouTube comment from I'm gonna butcher this. I apologize. Vera van der Heide. What made you decide to go vegetarian? Favorite recipe? I have been either vegan or vegetarian for the past 8.5 years. Almost 9 now that I think about it. No, 8.5, yeah. Roughly 8.5 years or so. The biggest reason is environmental. Not to, I'm not a huge fan of, militant veganism and stuff like that. People are going to be less likely to want to do the things that, you think is better if you're you're a bad person, stuff like that, like for eating meat, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, you're a human being. You can make your own decisions. For me, it's just pretty clear and obvious from just scientific reasons that at least eating plant-based or like cutting down your consumption of meat-based products or animal-based products helps in the environment. So that's the main one. Second one, I mean, obviously there's like the animal rights issue too. That's another big one too. But mostly it's been environmental. Like I said, if you eat meat, that's completely fine. I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna judge you for it. I'm not gonna shit on you for it. You know, if there was anything that I would like if people would prefer to do is just like maybe cut back on the consumption of it. But, like I said, you're an adult and you can make your own informed decisions. With that, when it comes to favorite recipe, that's a great question. You can make basically almost anything delicious without, animal products. If you think about it, if you just take out something, if you take out the meat out of a lot of dishes, they're fantastic, right? Almost like a lot of pasta dishes, like things like pizza dishes. You can take out the meat out of it and it's great. A great example is one of my favorite recipes is pizza. It's like a broccolini, corn, cauliflower cauliflower on it, white sauce. It's so good. I think it's made by CPK, which is California Pizza Kitchen, but it's so fantastic. It's so good. This question comes from Matt in his hat. Actually has a bunch of them here that I'm going to answer, but from the Discord channel. This one's really, really great question. When the mental fatigue hits you, how do I relax or unwind? Streaming and creating content is very mentally fatiguing. I'm an introverted person and I don't really like going to parties and stuff like that. I don't like being around a lot of people. He unironically says after he talks about Disneyland is his favorite place. But I mean, I get very mentally tired. Even after streaming, after I do a 4 to 5 hour stream, I just need like an hour to just not do anything. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm so mentally tired. So when it comes to that, I mean, I've gotten a lot better at it, but if I have to recharge and I just need time to recharge, I generally will just listen to music. What I would like to do, and if I can, afford the time to do so, I'll just put headphones on, I'll listen to music for hours, and then that definitely helps me recharge. Music for sure. Music's a big part of my life. I used to be a very intensive, MU board music snob. I've gotten way better. I'm not an asshole about it anymore, but I definitely can be. Sometimes I'm a music elitist. But we talk about it extensively on my Discord if you'd like to come talk music. I have one of these days, I have a plethora of, I have a plethora of vinyl records here that I would like to do some like videos on, which I will in the future. But yeah, music mostly for sure. This one comes from, this is a question that both Matt in his hat, Zondixkind, as well as Rachel, aka Silent Killer, from Discord asked, and I combined it into one question. They're basically asking what is my favorite meme, recurring joke in the stream, favorite clip so far, as well as is there any chat meme that has run its course? I think the idiot meme, like Boes, like how I always call myself, I'm very self-deprecative, so calling myself an idiot and all the clips of me being an idiot. Never mind. Do you ever feel like you're an idiot? Is probably my favorite. There's obviously the Undertaker meme, right? The Hell in a Cell Undertaker meme that constantly gets spammed. That's my favorite. That does not run its course at all. Those are definitely my favorite. I think if there's one that's my least favorite, I don't think it should go away, and I have perpetuated it. It's the pickles. I truly despise pickles. I hate pickles so much. They make me gag. I don't even care anymore. Ugh. That was a lie. I think they're so disgusting, but I have it as a channel point reward on my Twitch stream. If anything, I only dislike that one because that means I have to eat the pickles. But other than that, there's nothing that's really gone, that I hate and thinks needs to go away. So, but yeah, definitely the Boes, the idiot clips are pretty great, as well as the Undertaker Hell in a Cell memes are pretty great as well. This one comes from Dr. Drango from YouTube, is asking, what is my job and what other hobbies and games do I play or have? Currently, content creation is my full-time job. I make enough from both YouTube and Twitch in order to sustain myself at this moment. Before that, I've worked a myriad of other jobs. I've worked in retail. I've worked in, customer service, like as a technical support engineer. Worked for like physical therapy companies. Before COVID happened, before I started streaming full time, I was currently I was currently teaching myself software engineering. I know a bit of Python. I know a little bit of C#. So I was teaching myself to become a software engineer. And then COVID happened, and I had the chance to do this. I had the unique opportunity and privilege to be in a position that I could try and become a content creator full time. So that's what I do, content creation full time. And it's I have a lot of experience streaming. I've basically streamed since 2009, not like as a job or full time, but I've been streaming since like livestream.com was a thing. Ustream. I had a Justin.tv account before Twitch became a thing. I've streamed on multiple different platforms for lots of different reasons for different games, from like StarCraft Brood War to StarCraft 2 to League of Legends to Dota 2. I used to stream Civ. I have tried to become a content creator once. If you look at my channel from like 2014 or so, I have Civilization 5 content that has quite a few views. Some of the videos have like 20,000 views. Some of them have like 10,000 views. And that's because on my Twitch stream, I was streaming Civ 5 full time when I was in between jobs, and I was starting to get a following. I think that's when I got 700 followers the first time, and then life happens. So, but yeah, content creation is my full time job at this time. Oh, I also forgot to mention, what hobbies I like to do as well. Music is one of my main hobbies, obviously. I've talked about it a lot, but I've been in bands. I like to make music. Music is just a big part of my life. And other games that I play, I love esports. Esports has been a huge part of my life as well, hence the Team Liquid hat and chair. Esports is pretty big in my life as well, but those are some of the other hobbies and things like that I had forgot to mention. This one also comes from Matt in his hat again. How did I discover the Civ franchise, and what was the thing that got me hooked? It's technically a Civilization game, but Call to Power 2. Call to Power 2 is a Civ game by Activision. The title, Civilization title, couldn't be licensed at the time, I believe, so it was called Call to Power 2. This was just in an era of games where it was like the perfect combination, right? It was late 90s, early thousands, so I was, just a preteen, 11, 12, 13. And Call to Power came out. A bunch of other games came out too. Roller Coaster Tycoon, the original one, came out, and you used to be able to get I got Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 on, I think it was a Chex cereal box, where the game just came with the cereal. So I got that. Diablo 2 came out. StarCraft Brood War came out in 1998, but right around that same time, and that's when I got hooked into PC gaming, because I was only had like a SNES at the time. I got hooked onto PC gaming because I played StarCraft Brood War. Obviously StarCraft Vanilla, Diablo 2, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Zoo Tycoon, Call to Power came out. Command & Conquer 2 I think was out at that time as well. All of those games came out right around that time, and it was the perfect timing for me to get like into, your computer didn't have to be insanely powerful to play it. I had a really crappy, compact computer that they sold at Costco, those ones that were like $300, that my family owned. And these games all came around right at the same time. And Call to Power was what got me into the Civ franchise. And then eventually I got into Civ 4, and then Civ 5 came out, and that really got me hooked to the Civ series. Civ 5 came out, and I used to watch Marbazier constantly, all the time. Just gonna shout out Marbs right now. Marb is the reason why I got into creating Civ content in the first place, and the content creator that got me into playing on Deity. So if Marbazier wasn't creating content, I probably wouldn't be as big of a Civ fan as I am now. So definitely big shout out to Marbazier. Peppermint Butler asks, what is Twitch Prime? Well, let me tell you what This one is another question from Zondix Kind. What did baby Boes want to be when he grew up? This is taken from Discord. There's a couple things. Obviously, as you're a kid, it changes. I wanted to be a professional sports athlete at multiple times. I wanted to be a professional basketball player, baseball player. I wanted to be a professional golfer at one point. And that was before I was 10. And then, as I had mentioned earlier, right around the time I got into Roller Coaster Tycoon, I got really into Roller Coaster Tycoon. That's probably one of the games that I've, outside of Civ and like any of the esports games that I've tried to become a pro at, Roller Coaster Tycoon was huge, and I got into wanting to become a roller coaster like designer or engineer. I even started like, I remember when I think I was 12, I wrote a letter to the company that created Roller Coaster Tycoon, and I got a reply back, giving me basically an outline of if I wanted to design roller coasters for a living, here's what I would need to do. I would need to study all these different like physics courses, all of these engineering courses, all to start to get into like CAD, and then take all these courses and get into like internships, and then go into, try to go to universities. And funnily enough, before I got into music, which is what happened in high school, I was going to go to Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo in California and go into their engineering program to become a roller coaster designer, engineer. And then, high school happens. Around halfway through high school, I really started to get into music, and then I started joining bands, started to go on tour full time. That's a whole other story for another day, but that is basically, multiple things. Professional athlete, roller coaster designer, and then I got into music. That's what baby Boes wanted to be. Okay, we have like a couple more questions. This one is another one from Matt in his hat, asking, those thumbnails, man, how do I even, when it comes to thumbnails, there's a lot of different inspirations that I take from. There's obviously there's the two obvious ones from the Civ game. I take inspiration from Potato McWhiskey and Spiffing Brit, right? The red eyes, it's not to say that they're the ones that pioneered it, because obviously like Potato takes some things from Spiffing Brit, and Spiffing Brit takes some things from like bigger YouTubers, right? People aren't necessarily stealing ideas, you just take inspiration from them. But I also take a lot of inspiration from other people from that don't play strategy games. Small Ant, he's a speedrunner. I take inspiration from him. From like other channels as well. I used to watch, I still kind of do, but not as much, Funhouse regularly. So I took a lot of inspiration from Funhouse. I will I will give this recommendation to anybody trying to do content creation, and I'm going to link a specific Ludwig video here. If you don't know who Ludwig is, I'm sure you do, but he's a content creator on YouTube. He used to be in the Smash scene. Now he streams and does YouTube full time. There are multiple things that you need to learn to become a content creator, and how to game the algorithm, and how, thumbnails, stuff like that work. People think, and this will be a little mini rant here, people think that thumbnails that used to work in like 2015 still work, and they don't. Doing things like, this is going insane. Can you, you won't believe what happens next, gone sexual, and doing faces like, oh my gosh, stuff like that doesn't really work anymore. This is stuff that I'm only trying to say if you're trying to grow a channel really big, right? If you're just trying to put stuff up, if you're just trying to be, put stuff up that's from your Twitch channel that you just want to be up on the YouTube, or you're just throwing stuff up to have fun, then that's fine. Do you, all the power to you. I'm talking about specifically for the strategy game community. If you're trying to grow your channel bigger than 50,000 subscribers and stuff like that, doing those types of things for your thumbnails that are old school clickbait, alongside of doing things almost part 1, part 2, part 30, part 40, part 50 type videos, like Crusader Kings 2 part 47, this time we kill them, doing stuff like that, and just having and the picture is the same every single part. It just doesn't work anymore. You can't do that. If you're trying to make it big, it doesn't work. You're not, I'm sorry. I talk about this a lot, but it just doesn't work. The way that YouTube algorithm works, it's not 2013 anymore. It's not 2012 anymore. I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, and this is a big criticism to someone who has a channel that's way bigger than mine, way bigger than mine, has had a lot of success for a very, very long time, and I love their channel. I love their content. But Quill 18, bud. I feel I think he focuses more on Twitch now, but Quill 18 is a great example of this, right? The only reason why I think it really works for him is because how big he is. He has 600,000 subscribers. He's been on YouTube for 10 years at this point as a content creator. But it just does not, if you're wondering why, if you've been here for a very long time, and if you're wondering why your videos are not doing as well as they used to, and you're putting out a part 67 of, Stellaris, that is a hour-long part of, and then there's like nothing. There's just an hour-long, like it just doesn't work anymore. Like I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that's just the way that YouTube works. If you just want to sit here and be like, I'm not going to change because YouTube hasn't changed, then it sucks, but you fade into obscurity, and that's a really awful thing that happens. I could go on. I've had a whole rant about this. We can go on and on about this, but anyways, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. All right, this is the last question coming from Rachel. What is my earliest gaming memory? And that is Streets of Rage for the SNES. I think I was around like 4 years old when I played it. But that was one of the first games I'd ever played that I have memories of playing of. That one, as well as the original Legend of Zelda for the NES when I was about 6 or so. Those two games are my earliest memories of any game ever. I remember beating. It's so funny because I remember beating the original Legend of Zelda for the NES when I was around that age, and then I've tried like playing it now, and the game is so hard. How did I do that when I was that old? I don't understand. It's insane. But Streets of Rage is the first one. I just remember. I probably shouldn't have played it when I was like 4, but I just remember, beating up people with cars and different objects on the ground, and that got me hooked into side-scrolling games, Streets of Rage, Ninja Gaiden, stuff like that. So, yeah. All right, well, that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun recording that. I hope you guys enjoyed watching or getting to see the little bit of the behind the scenes with Boes. It was, I don't know, I had a lot of fun recording this. Once again, I just want to thank everybody so much for 5K. Absolutely insane. I didn't think I would be able to get to 5K, let alone 1K. So the fact that 5,000 people want to watch me do stupid content is great. I can't thank you enough for the support. And I'm really excited to see what the next few months bring. It's going to be kind of insane. But yeah, if you guys are new to my channel, I do stream every Wednesday through Saturday, 12 to 4 p.m. on twitch.tv/boesthius. I also have a Discord if you'd like to hang out there. But yeah, once again, thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you for being here. Thanks for watching my dumb content. And I will see you guys in the next video.